Have you ever touched a woman and felt absolutely nothing happen? No spark, no reaction, nothing? Most men think attraction is about looks, money, or smooth lines. But here's the shocking truth. Real desire is built in subtle, almost invisible ways. Imagine instead that every touch you make, just a brush of the hand, a confident pat, or even a guiding gesture, instantly sparks desire, trust, and deep emotional connection. Today I'm going to reveal 7 powerful touches that don't just turn her on, they make a mature woman genuinely fall for you. These aren't random moves you saw in movies or on TikTok. These are psychologically proven, deeply emotional strategies used by the world's most magnetic men, people like David Beckham, Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos, who command attention without saying a word. And here's the secret that almost no one talks about. It's not about being flashy. It's not about overthinking. It's about timing, emotional intelligence, and subtle mastery of human psychology. Once you understand these 7 touches, you'll notice something incredible. Women respond differently. They lean in, they pay attention, and yes, they start to feel drawn to you in ways that go beyond attraction. They feel a connection they can't ignore. If you're ready to master this, stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you step by step how to use these touches ethically, powerfully, and irresistibly, so you become a man women naturally fall for. By the end of this video, you won't just know these secrets, you'll feel them, and you'll be ready to use them immediately. The hidden power of touch. Why physical contact is more than intimacy. How subtle gestures communicate dominance, confidence, and emotional intelligence. Introduce the psychological foundation behind attraction, loyalty, and desire. Touch 1. The guiding hand. Leading her with confidence through light physical guidance. Demonstrates subtle dominance, trust building, and boundary setting without neediness. Incorporates reading microexpressions and emotional control to test compatibility. Touch 2. The shoulder connection. The power of shoulder touches to communicate protection, security, and masculine energy. Builds social proof, status, and emotional intimacy. Teaches recognizing female tests and converting jealousy or rejection into attraction. Touch 3. The hand brush. Casual, fleeting hand contact to spark sexual tension and curiosity. Integrates understanding female attraction triggers, timing sexual initiation, and leveraging scarcity and mystery to increase desire. Touch 4. The back caress. Strategic, respectful back touches that create closeness without neediness. Teaches playful teasing, influence of female psychology, and subtle power moves that enhance connection while maintaining independence. Touch 5. The face and jaw trace. Light, confident gestures that enhance intimacy and emotional vulnerability. Applies storytelling to connect emotionally. Master conversation flow. Detect manipulation and test boundaries ethically. Touch 6. The hug that speaks. Full body, emotionally intelligent hugs that convey loyalty, presence, and life energy. Integrates building charisma, emotional tension management, and transforming heartbreak or rejection into personal power. Touch 7. The forearm and wrist play. Subtle, repeated touches that maintain long-term excitement, sexual confidence, and attraction. Teaches control of sexual tension, timing, and understanding bedroom preferences, consent, and emotional triggers for loyalty. The science behind every touch. Explains why these touches work psychologically, combining emotional intelligence, sexual psychology, and female behavioral patterns. Highlights recognizing toxic behaviors, gold-digging tendencies, and tests for compatibility. Lifestyle and presence as a force multiplier, using confidence, appearance, social proof, hobbies, wealth, and life energy to amplify attraction and trust. Shows how independence, consistency, and masculine energy turn every touch into magnetism. Common mistakes men make: overtouching, being need-driven, misreading signals, and failing to maintain emotional control. Corrects friend zone traps, jealousy mishandling, and boundary mistakes with actionable strategies. How to integrate these touches naturally. Stepwise approach for real-life scenarios. Covers emotional control, playful teasing, nonverbal mastery, and subtle dominance to ensure attraction is ethical, consistent, and effective. Mastery beyond touch. How these touches combine with conversation, storytelling, social proof, sexual confidence, and lifestyle to create lasting attraction, loyalty, and emotional pull. Reinforces all 57 hacks and actionable stepwise lessons. 1. The hidden power of touch. Most men underestimate the power of touch. It's not just physical, It's a language women feel subconsciously. Every brush of your hand, guiding gesture, or confident touch communicates dominance, security, and emotional intelligence. Think of Elon Musk shaking hands, every move calculated, calm, commanding respect. That's the essence of masculine energy. When you combine emotional control, charisma, and life energy, your touches become magnetic signals. Women subconsciously detect confidence, value, and presence through subtle gestures. Your goal: connect without overdoing, test attraction without pushing, and communicate intent without words. 2. Touch 1. The guiding hand. The guiding hand is subtle but powerful. When you gently guide her through a doorway or across a busy street, you assert subtle dominance while showing care. This is not about possession, it's about emotional control, testing loyalty and setting boundaries naturally. Observe her micro-expressions. Does she follow willingly, hesitate, or resist? These are tests. If she leans in, you've built trust and attraction. If not, maintain composure and emotional detachment. The guiding hand integrates social proof, lifestyle leverage, and subtle testing of compatibility, all while keeping your independence intact. 3. Touch 2. The shoulder connection. A shoulder touch conveys security and masculine energy. Place your hand lightly on her shoulder during conversation or laughter. Notice how this creates a protective vibe. It's a psychological anchor. She associates you with safety and calmness. Men often miss this subtle tool, but it's critical in testing loyalty and handling jealousy gracefully. Combine it with emotional control, storytelling, and playful teasing to increase attraction. The shoulder touch demonstrates that you are observant, composed, and aspirational, just like David Beckham walking into a room and commanding attention without saying a word. 4. Touch 3. The hand brush. Fleeting hand touches are the spark of sexual tension. A casual brush on the hand or fingers is enough to create curiosity, desire, and anticipation. Timing is key, don't overdo it. This integrates scarcity, mystery, and subtle dominance, forcing her subconscious to notice your presence. Observe her reaction. Does she linger, pull away, or smile? Each micro-reaction teaches you about her attraction triggers. Mastering this touch is like reading the fine print of female psychology. It's powerful, silent, and irresistible when combined with life energy, confidence, and strategic complimenting. 5. Touch 4. The back caress. A back touch is intimate but safe when done correctly. Lightly brushing her back while guiding her during conversation builds emotional closeness without being needy. Use this to test reactions, detect attention-seeking behaviors, and elevate sexual tension naturally. It combines playful teasing, subtle power moves, and psychological triggers to increase loyalty. This touch is about emotional intelligence, knowing when to step closer, when to pull away, and how to create anticipation. 6. Touch 5. The face and jaw trace. The face and jaw are sensitive zones of attraction. A light, confident gesture, such as brushing a strand of hair away or tracing her jawline, can amplify intimacy and emotional vulnerability. Only use this when trust is established. It teaches you to detect manipulation, read micro-expressions, and master emotional connection. This touch integrates storytelling, emotional control, and subtle sexual tension, turning ordinary moments into high-stakes attraction cues. 7. Touch 6. The hug that speaks. Hugs are more than greetings, they are emotional statements. A full-body hug that communicates loyalty, presence, and confidence can create long-lasting attachment. Use hugs to manage emotional tension, convert rejection into personal power, and display masculine energy. Observe her response. Lingering, leaning in, or relaxed body language indicates high attraction. This touch combines social proof, emotional mastery, and subtle dominance, teaching you how to transform heartbreak or rejection into growth. 4. Touch 7. The forearm and wrist play. This subtle, repeated touch is about maintaining sexual tension and emotional connection over time. Sliding your fingers along her forearm or lightly holding her wrist during conversation keeps her engaged and curious. It demonstrates confidence, timing, and knowledge of female psychology. Integrate this with playful teasing, conversation flow, and bedroom awareness. It signals your competence without words. Women feel drawn to men who can balance intimacy with independence. This touch embodies that balance. 9. The science behind every touch. Touch is one of the most powerful forms of human communication. Long before words are spoken, the human brain is already processing physical signals that create emotional responses. A simple, natural touch can communicate confidence, warmth, reassurance, or attraction in a way that words often cannot. This works because physical contact activates powerful psychological and biological reactions in the brain. When someone feels a calm, reassuring touch, the body releases oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. Oxytocin creates feelings of trust, comfort, and emotional safety. It is the same chemical released during moments of closeness between friends, family members, and romantic partners. This is why natural, respectful touch can make interactions feel warmer and more genuine. It creates a subtle emotional connection that makes people feel more relaxed and open. At the same time, attraction is also influenced by proximity and physical cues. When two people feel comfortable around each other, small moments of touch, like a brief hand on the shoulder during laughter or a friendly high five, can reinforce the feeling of connection and shared energy. But the key difference lies in intent and awareness. Confident individuals don't use touch as a manipulative tactic. Instead, it happens naturally as a result of relaxed social presence. When someone is calm, self-assured, and socially aware, their body language and physical communication feel natural rather than forced. Observation also plays an important role in understanding compatibility. Paying attention to how someone responds to closeness, boundaries, humor, or conversation tells you a lot about their personality and emotional maturity. Some people respond with warmth and authenticity, while others may show signs of disinterest, superficial attention-seeking, or incompatible values. The goal isn't to test people in a manipulative way. The real skill is awareness, observing how someone behaves, how they communicate, and whether their energy aligns with yours. Healthy attraction grows when two people feel respected, comfortable, and emotionally safe around each other. It's not about controlling someone's emotions. It's about creating an environment where connection can develop naturally. In the end, real magnetism doesn't come from tricks or tactics. It comes from presence, confidence, emotional intelligence, and the ability to read people honestly. And when those qualities are present, connection happens naturally, without manipulation, without pressure, and without forcing anything at all. 10. Lifestyle and presence as a force multiplier. Touches are magnified by lifestyle and presence. Confidence, appearance, social proof, wealth, hobbies, and life energy amplify attraction. Women unconsciously scan for independence and stability. Men like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk exude presence without effort. Women feel magnetically pulled. Maintaining consistency in words and actions, emotional control, and masculine energy turns every touch into a high-value signal, enhancing the psychological impact. 11. Common mistakes men make. Men often sabotage attraction with over-touching, neediness, ignoring female tests, misreading micro-expressions, mishandling jealousy or rejection. Correcting these mistakes requires emotional control, playful teasing, and strategic nonverbal cues. Avoid friend zone traps, maintain independence, and never violate personal boundaries. Remember, less is more and timing is everything. 12. How to integrate these touches naturally. Stepwise integration ensures ethical, effective attraction. Start small, brief brushes or guiding hands. Observe micro-expressions. Reactions guide next touch. Layer touches with playful teasing, conversation, and subtle dominance. Maintain independence, life energy, hobbies, and social proof reinforce magnetic presence. End each interaction on anticipation. Leave her wanting more. When combined with emotional intelligence, nonverbal mastery, and confidence, these touches feel natural and irresistible. 13. Mastery beyond touch. Touches alone aren't enough. Combine them with storytelling to connect emotionally, social proof to establish status, sexual confidence, and timing. Lifestyle leverage, hobbies, travel, appearance. Emotional tension management is another powerful element of attraction and presence. Many people react quickly to emotions, frustration, jealousy, excitement, or conflict. But a man who can stay calm, grounded, and emotionally steady creates a completely different atmosphere around him. When tension appears in conversations or situations, he doesn't panic or overreact. Instead, he remains composed, thoughtful, and controlled. That emotional stability signals maturity and strength, and it naturally makes others feel more comfortable around him. Equally important is consistency in words and actions. Confidence loses its power the moment a person says one thing and does another. But when a man's behavior aligns with what he says, when his promises match his actions, people begin to trust him deeply. Consistency builds reliability, and reliability builds respect. Over time, this creates a reputation of integrity and strength of character. When emotional control and consistency come together, they create something much more powerful than surface-level charm. They create presence. This is where the full picture of personal development begins to appear. Physical discipline, emotional intelligence, clear boundaries, ambition, purpose, and social awareness all start working together. Instead of relying on tricks or tactics, a man becomes someone who naturally commands attention because his life is structured, his mindset is strong, and his behavior reflects self-respect. This holistic mindset is what ties together all the principles of male self-development and empowerment. Each improvement, whether physical fitness, emotional control, communication skills, or personal ambition, adds another layer to his character, and the result is powerful. Women and people in general feel drawn to that energy. They feel safe around it because it is stable. They feel intrigued by it because it is rare, and they respect it because it is authentic. You are no longer just someone who happens to be in the room. You become the man whose presence feels calm, confident, and purposeful. Someone who carries himself with quiet authority, emotional strength, and clear direction in life. Not just physically present, but mentally focused. Emotionally grounded, confident in who he is becoming. And that kind of man naturally stands out. Because when discipline, emotional mastery, and purpose come together, a man becomes more than noticeable. He becomes unforgettable.